This project is to construct a rock ram fish pass at the weir at Ahascragh, County Galway. Ahascragh is on the river Bunnown, which is a tributary of the Suck, which is a tributary of the Shannon. Recent surveys of salmon and trout, or salmonids, show that the salmonids have a difficulty in ascending the weir at Ahascragh. So we in Inland Fisheries Ireland have designed a rock ram fish pass to be constructed downstream of the weir to help to get the fish over the weir. These are the drawings for Ahascragh weir and the design of the rock ram fish pass. This is the Bunnown River coming down here. It divides here just upstream of the weir. This is basically the head race, which extends down to the mill. This is the weir here. It had two sluice gates in it. The main river came this way, and the amount of water going to the mill was regulated by these sluice gates. However, there was a major obstruction to the free passage of fish at this weir here. The main river should have come down like this, and this was basically erosion here that takes place because there is a water supply coming down here, and all this area here has been eroded. So our plan is to reinstate that riverbank there and build a rock ram fish pass all the way up to here and reclaim these pieces of ground here. So if we look at that in more detail, we'll see here that the river still splits here, still goes through these two sluice gates. There's no change to the volume of water going to the mill, no change to the volume of water coming down the river. But we intend to construct a rock wall along the bank here. Then we will start our rock ram fish pass, which is basically a row of rocks across the river at an average of 5 to 6 meters centers across the river like this, all the way down. It actually extends because of the height of the weir here, and to create a slope we need 90 meters of riverbed. So this rock ramp will extend with 14 cross walls across the river, 90 meters long, with an average depth of change in level here of 150 millimeters as we drop down. This area then will be backfilled. A pipe will actually collect the spring water up here and bring it down and back into the river here at a lower level, so that this area here then can be reclaimed. And there will, as I said, no change to the amount or volume of water going to the mill, which is disused, but still for flooding reasons we need to have water going down here. If we look at that then in a little more detail, we'll see that this is a close-up and gives more detail. There's the weir up here, and these are our cross walls. And if we notice here, the gaps are left in our cross walls here and here at alternative sides, so that when the water comes down here, in low flow conditions particularly, it will come through the gap here. It'll disseminate through this pool here. In high flow events, these will still act as a pathway for fish, but water will extend over all of these. Because these go right to the bed of the river, in normal flow events, a number of these will be underwater, so that fish won't even see the first 3 or 4 walls, and then they can find their way all the way right through and out at the exit at the top. on the banks of the Bunnown River in Ahascragh, County Galway. The Bunnown is a tributary of the River Suck, which is a tributary of the Shannon. The problem at this site was the weir at the background here. That weir was constructed years ago to divert water into the nearby mill in Ahascragh. And the problem was that salmonids, both salmon and trout, had difficulty in ascending the weir. Inland Fisheries Ireland took a decision to improve fish passage at the weir. Therefore, a number of options were examined. A bypass channel, removing the weir, partially removing the weir, but eventually the only viable option was the construction of a rock cramp fish pass, and this is what we see here today. The idea is that we would eliminate the vertical jump caused by the weir and create a sloping face to the weir. The sluice gates in the past were used to regulate the flow of water to the mill in Ahascragh. These have now been decommissioned, and fish should be able to swim all the way from the bottom of the river here, right through the fish pass and through the weir to the upper reaches to their spawning grounds.